Welcome back, Sanctum fans. This is AL. Welcome back to the Sanctum. So, are you a rebel? I can be a rebel. More importantly, today we're talking about the rebel deck. I actually was one of the lucky ones who were one of the first to know about the rebel deck when it first hit on Instagram. And I was blessed to actually get one of the very first runs of the rebel deck. And I cannot tell you how amazing this deck is. Okay, yeah, I can. I can tell you how amazing this deck is, like nobody's business. I can. And I am. Because you know why? Because it's that awesome. So you're probably wondering, well, how is it that awesome? How can you be, thinking that way and blah, 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 and this whole 9 yards? Well, let me explain to you how come I can look at this and go, yeah, I'm so with this program. So one of the things that I learned early on in my life was the fact that I would actually turn around and find a deck that would reflect who I am and would be in such a way me. And I don't mean me like in the, oh my God, it's me, but I mean me as in like, okay, let's get the crap real here and and deal with this mess. Hi, puppy. My puppy is still coming to be head of the kingdom. I love him to death, but there are moments, really. And you really honestly, truthfully have to sit there and think, there has to be a deck that tells you to grow the frack up. This deck does it. This deck tells you in no uncertain terms, get real. So as you've probably seen this first card, it says, you are talented and fucking amazing. And you flip it over and it tells you what your thing is, which is, the world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. So you have to understand, I had this deck at work for the longest time. Like, no, really, I did. And my desk partner, one of the few females on my team, would take the deck out of my Doctor Strange lunchbox. I have a little tin box that keeps all my pops in. I have at work. And she would take the deck out every so often and shuffle the deck and pick out 3 cards because of if the day was going bad. And she'd be like, yeah, of course. It was like, and she'd laugh, but it was spot on for what we were going through for the day. So it was interesting because she's not that type to get into tarot or oracle in the traditional sense, but this deck was right up her alley. So it was kind of fun. See, it's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. I was like, yeah, of course you can. Get your head out of your ass pronto. I'm like, oh yeah, that explains it. And when you think about the situation at hand, especially when you ask certain questions, it's like, yeah, never mind. Okay, you win. And it's so awesome because, like, one, I love the colors of the deck. Eat your fucking vegetables. I eat vegetables, but not all of them. Depends on the vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. Yeah, baby. Some good shit's about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. Oh yeah, I am so guilty of that. I am. And that's one of the things about this deck that I absolutely love is it just doesn't, it holds no bars on you. It just tells you, stop obsessing. That's the lightning bolt, which is boom, figure shit out on your own. It's not my issue, it's your issue. It's time to let go. Move the fuck on. Take a fucking trip. Go see some shit. Do some new things. Talk to people cooler than you. Yeah, just do it. And you realize that the cards talk really bold, really, they basically don't give a shit. And honestly, truthfully, I love it. It's one of those moments in your life where you sit there and say, I think I love you the most. I really do. I really do. Thanks. And the reason why is because of the fact that it speaks to the core issue in a no-nonsense way. And the cards are to the point where as you shuffle and you spread them and you just pick it according to your mood. I usually hand them in my hand and I kind of fan them out a bit and I just reach in and I can finger until I feel one tingle and I'll pull them out in order and then I'll look at them. I'll look at the fronts first and usually as I'm reading I'm going, okay, yeah, I'm about ready to get my butt kicked here. I'll flip them over and read the back side. I go, yeah, okay, so I'm screwing up, okay? I get it. So I'm holding to the back. I get it. And then, you realize that it's right and you got to go and apologize or you got to go and do better. And it's okay. Because once you get your butt kicked, you're like, all right, well, let's go fix it. And I think that's the best part about these cards, honestly, is it's funny. They're amusing as all get out. But at the same time that they're amusing, they call to you and they say, girlfriend, boyfriend, dude, what's going on? Knock it the hell off. Get off of your high horse. Get off of your royal pagan throne. Get off of whatever it is you've got. And get real. This is reality. Get with the program and make it right. Sometimes it's like, hey, you're better than this nonsense. Take a bow. Get with the program. Tell people how cool you are. And I think that's the other part that that I like about this deck is that they're like, you're fucking cool. It's okay to acknowledge that. You don't have to hide your crap. And it was just like, because I have a tendency to do that at times. I'm like, yeah, I've written a few books, and then people at work are like, oh, you've what? Yeah. Whoa! It's like, yeah, whatever. And I blow it off. And I shouldn't, but I do. Because then it's like, I gotta qualify. Well, I've written romance books or whatever, and fantasy books. And, the guy's like, ooh, fantasy books. And the girl's like, ooh, romance books. And it's like, I shouldn't be embarrassed at all. I should be able to say, hey, I'm an author. I have multiple books out. And boom, bah, yeah. How many of you have ever written a book all the way through before? My longest book is 80,000 words. Poof. Bitch. But I don't. And I need to. I should be able to be proud of that. And I think that's one of the things about this deck that when I bought it made such a hit for me. And I think for most people, including yourselves, you'll get it. You equals tight ass. Okay. Loosen the fuck up. Control freaks don't get laid. Okay. That's not always true. Some of us do. We just don't get laid as often. Yeah. This one came up the other day and I about cried. So fucking apologize. I was like, no, I'm not gonna apologize. Seriously, just do it. I'm like, God damn it, it's not my fault. So I went and apologized, and the other person's like, no, it's not your fault. It's actually my fault. But because I was the better person and apologized, they felt that they could actually acknowledge the fact that they actually did wrong. And I was like, really? Couldn't you have been the adult about it in the first place and just acknowledge you were wrong so we wouldn't have to go to this point? It would have been so much easier, and I wouldn't have been pissed off in the first place, and then been told by my cards that I had to go apologize to you. But yeah, that's one of the things about this deck I love, because I can be in a mood. And one of the things that a lot of card slingers, tarot readers will tell you is you should be in a calm, collected mood. You should be in a neutral position when you read. For whatever reason, this deck doesn't care. This deck don't care if you're pissed. This deck don't care if you're centered. This deck don't care if you're happy as go lucky can be. It'll still tell you off if you need it. It will still tell you, hey, you know what? You haven't taken credit for this. What's going on? I love it. I will be honest with you. This is a 10 out of 10 deck for just the sheer joy of it. The fact that I can goof off, play around, have a blast, take this deck with me, show it to friends, have them laugh, have them go, oh my God, you have no idea what I just asked. I was like, does it matter? I can tell you right now that it's telling you that you need to just basically, knock it off because you're basically kicking your attitude like you normally do. And they're like, but yeah. That's the joy of this deck. Now here's the cool thing. The people who made Rebel Deck just made a couples deck. I don't have that deck yet. I'm going to eventually get that deck. Because, yeah, I eventually will have to have that deck too, because why not? It feels like almost like this is like the Cards of Humanity deck for oracles. That deck is going to be like the Cards of Humanity deck, oracle style for couples. So, and that's what these feel like. And at the same time, because of that, I can laugh at this review. I can giggle through it. But there are times that I've pulled cards, I've been so upset, and it smacked me upside the head. And I have been so upset by the card. And then I've walked, I've done whatever, I've taken a few deep breaths, and I've looked at the card again, and I realize, yeah, it's not wrong. Shit. Okay. So get this deck. You can get it through Amazon. Actually, Rebel Deck does actually have a website. I actually have it somewhere. Let me take a look real quick. The nice thing about the Rebel Deck, I'll be honest with you, the cool thing about the Rebel Deck Oracle cards, they do have a website, rebeldeck.com, by the way. They do actually send you if you sign up for their newsletter, they send a reading every Wednesday. Absolutely hysterical, by the way. The couples edition's funny. There is actually a digital bundle that you can get to, which is like pages and prompts to help you get through your shit. And it's interesting, the bundle that it sends you is it gives you your morning thing, 3 things I choose to do, 3 things I do. And it's great because it's like you're stuck, you're the shit, get over your shit, pull yourself together. The digital bundle is actually really cool. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm planning to get the deck. They have some other stuff that you can get based on the whole Rebel Deck thing. But yeah, it is truly a deck for the current time frame. It's a Oracle with attitude, like they say. It is. It's real. It's methodical. It is a kick in the ass. So, in that regards, let us pick a card. What do we need to know between now and Samhain that we need to know about ourselves? What do we need to know about ourselves between now and Samhain? What do we need to know about ourselves and Samhain between now and Samhain? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? And what's funny is I'm not even looking at the cards. I'm actually looking at my television. Oh. Whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Hey! I can watch that movie if I want. I want to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp. I can watch it. Now is not the fucking time. No, I actually have to work. But yeah, there you go. So, whatever you've been thinking about doing right now, between now and Samhain, now is not the time. It's time to wait. So, wait until after Samhain, then think about doing whatever it was you're thinking about doing. Now is not the time. In actuality, I actually know what this is about for me. One of the reasons why you don't get to see my face is the fact that as you know, I live here in the U.S. I live in Florida. I also do a lot of work online for the resistance, in the sense of the stuff that's been going on in our government that has been hurting a lot of people. A lot of my family has been devastated through 3 hurricanes. I'm going to get upset about this now. And now a 4th and 5th. A lot of them are facing the dire need for health care that may be taken away from them if things go the way that they've been going. And they need somebody to basically fight for them. And I have been that person. Do I have to be that person? No. But I am. Now, there are some people who actually know who I am and what I look like. It is very rare that happens. Eventually, one day, I will actually show my face and whatnot. So right now, most people see as my avatar. And that's the way I'm keeping it for right now, only because of the fact that there have been harassment and doxing things that have happened to other resistance members. And I am trying my best not to be in that position ever again. I have been in that position once before, and I will not be there. I will not be put through that again. So that is why you don't get to see my face. And I apologize for that. I would love for you to see my face and be able to talk face to face with you. I'm hoping by the end of this year, beginning of next year, that will change. It may be longer, but I'm hoping. But yeah. So that is the reason why. But I wanted to tell you, definitely. Rebel deck. I had been actually considering a lot of things, so obviously not until after Samhain we will know. For those of you who vote here in the U.S., November 6th. Those of you who are overseas, my friends, in the UK, dealing with Brexit coming up, my deepest thoughts with you. My friends over in Europe who've been going through so much trauma, I am with you 100%. You know how I feel about you. That I would be there in a heartbeat to be there at your side. Yeah. It is how it is right now, but things change. That is the joy and the thrill of being part of a community like this. We support each other and hold each other's hands, and we laugh together and we cry together. And one day soon, it'll be hopefully a day where things can be a little less screwy and a little less skewed and a little bit more balanced. And I won't have to feel so much fear as I do right now with hiding myself. Not because I want to, but because I've had to. But yeah. So the Rebel deck. Get it. Enjoy it. Cause trouble. Show your friends, even your friends who don't do tarot. I mean, seriously, they will get a kick out of this deck like nobody else's business. Why? Because it's not your average tarot oracle deck. Highly recommend it. Can't get enough of it. It's going to go back to work with me. It's been home for like 3 weeks. I've been promising myself to video it. It's going back now to work, so I'm gonna have to buy another deck to keep at the house for readings for others. So yeah. And if you do actually want a reading with me, I actually have opened up my website for readings. You can go under either one of my two websites, either my personal website, which is alexander.com, or the oraclealchemy.com. I'll post both below, along with the information about where to get the Rebel deck. Till later. Bendithian.